Hey, Tony.
We got enough people for a meeting? Oh,
We got three
Three.
as a quorum.
we do, okay.
Are we live, Courtney?
It's loading. It's loading.
Loading.
Okay, we are.
Okay. All right, I've got to read this first. Okay, I call to order this meeting of the Board of Equalization and Review of Durham. The meeting will now come to order. This is with June 16th. My name is David Smith, and I'm the chairman of the board. I would like to start by acknowledging that we are conducting this meeting using a remote electronic platform as permitted by Session Law 2020-3. The Board of Equalization and Review is a quasi-judicial board that is governed by North Carolina statutes. The board conducts evidentiary hearings on appeals from appraised real and personal property valuations. Today's meeting will proceed much like an in-person meeting of the Board of Equalization and Review. On the screen, you will see the members of the Board of Equalization and Review. Additionally, tax staff and representatives from the county attorney's office may be present in the remote meeting. Appellants and their witnesses, if any, were required to register in advance and are also attending the remote meeting. When a case is called for its hearing, speakers will be prompted within the remote platform so their video can be seen. The chair will swear in applicants and witnesses at the beginning of each case. Staff will present each case and applicants will then provide their evidence. Control of the presentation and screen sharing will remain with the tax staff. Today's meeting is being broadcast live on the county's YouTube site, and a link to this broadcast is on the website for the Board of Equalization and Review. Before we begin the evidentiary hearings on today's schedule, I would like to provide some important information about the steps taken to ensure that each party's due process rights are protected as we proceed in this remote platform. Each applicant on today's agenda was notified that this meeting would be conducted using a remote electronic platform. During registration, every applicant on today's agenda consented to the board conducting the evidentiary hearing using this remote platform. We will also confirm today at the start of each evidentiary hearing that the participants in the evidentiary hearing consent to the matter proceeding in this remote platform. If there is any objection to a matter proceeding in this remote platform, the case will be continued. Notice of today's meeting was provided by publishing notice in the newspaper and by mail to the applicant. The newspaper notices for today's meeting contain information on how the public can access the remote meeting as the meeting occurs. These notices also contain information about the registration requirement for the meeting, along with information about how to register. All individuals participating in today's evidentiary hearings were also required to submit a copy of any presentation, document, exhibit, or other material that they wish to submit at the evidentiary hearing prior to today's meeting. No new documents will be submitted during today's meeting. All decisions of this board are subject to appeals to the North Carolina Property Tax Commission. All right, well, let's start with the consent agenda. That's items 1 through 14. Do I have a motion regarding items 1 through 14?
Move we accept the consent agenda.
Do I have a second? Tony, it has to be you. There are only 3 of us. Okay, she gave it the thumbs up. All those in favor say aye or raise your hand. All opposed? Okay. All right, then let's move on to the next item, number 15, the IPP exemption denial. Amanda, need to get you sworn in. You raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
State your name and position with the county, please.
Amanda Markle, and I'm Deputy Assessor over the Personal Property Division. The case today is for parcel 107736. The applicant has submitted an untimely application for a charitable exemption. They do meet all qualifications with the exception of the untimely application. Their reason for untimeliness was that they submitted an original application with the wrong parcel number and wrong address. And when they found out about the error, then they resubmitted an application with the correct parcel and correct address.
Okay. Is anybody here from TROSA that wishes to speak? All right. Any discussion from the board or any questions? Then I'll entertain a motion regarding number 15.
I move that we accept it as timely.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Uh,
All
Aye.
opposed? All right, it's accepted as timely. Okay,
Thank you.
all right, thank you. Moving on to number 16. Andrea, are you here somewhere? Oh, where? She was here a minute ago.
Yes, I'm here.
Let's get you sworn in. You raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes.
State your name and position with the county, please.
Andrea Williams, Tax Division Manager, Business Personal Property.
And looks like we have somebody from Alpha Med Consulting. Is that correct? Can she? Okay.
Yes.
Let's get you sworn in too, please. If you will raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, I do.
State your name and position with the company.
I'm Corey Betsis. I'm the tax manager for Alpha Med Consulting.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go back to Ms. Williams. Ms. Williams, will you tell us what the situation is with this late list penalty?
So this one is going to be a little different than our previous ones. Alpha Med filed their 2021 listing, so their current year listing late. They filed it on February the 25th. And when they filed it, they asked for an abatement of the penalty then. So instead of waiting for the tax bill to come out and having to go through all of that, we are presenting these cases now as they're asking for them with an estimate of what the tax will be, the penalty will be based off of current value and using last year's tax rate. And the penalty at this point is $9.41. But because it is late, the county is asking that the penalty remain on the account per North Carolina General Statute 105-312.
So you say it was filed in February. When was it due?
It was due January 31st.
January 3rd. So it's just barely late. It's $9.41.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry. Bitsis?
Bitsis.
Bitsis. Okay. All right. What information do you have for us?
This was an administrative oversight. The person who normally handles the mail was unavailable in the office and sent it to the wrong address. So the paper listing got to the accountant after the due date, and we filed it as soon as possible and have a history of timely filing. And so once the error was discovered, we just thought we'd raise our hand and ask if there was an abatement possible. It's nominal though, so we would understand if that's not a possibility.
So it was just mailed to the wrong place. Is that what you?
Yes, the administrative support is all virtual.
Okay. All right. Any questions from the board? And any discussion? I mean, it was just barely late. It's only $9. So I don't know what y'all's pleasure is.
Tony, you unmute yourself. Okay.
I'd be fine waiving the penalty.
I'm sorry, what did you say, Tony?
I said I would be fine accepting it as timely, waiving the penalty.
I would be fine the other way. Dave, what you say?
Dave.
It's $9.41, right?
Well,
It's your call, David.
Andrew, which is the easiest way bookkeeping wise? I mean, is it easy for them to pay it or does it matter? Paperwork.
For the county on this one, because we're doing it before the billing, either way is the same amount of work for us.
All right. Well, let's let them off the hook for $9.41. Somebody make a motion.
You do it,
I
Tony.
move that we accept it as timely.
You second that, David, or are you going to be?
Sure. Second. Okay.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, just don't let it happen again. $9.
I understand. Thank you very much. Do I leave the meeting now?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
You'll get notified by the county.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
All right. Okay. All right. Let's move on to the next one. This is number 17, New Image MDP LLC. Is anybody here from that organization? No. Okay. All right, Andrew, what you got on this one?
This is the same type of same type of situation. They filed late for their 2020. Well, they requested a penalty removal for their 2021 listing. However, they have yet to send in their listing. So for this one, we can't estimate what the penalty would be, and we actually would we can't proceed with it until the taxpayer does their part.
So they're appealing it, but they haven't listed?
Yes, and I've reached out to them a few times because as long as they had it in by yesterday, we could compute it and figure it out, but they have yet to respond.
Okay. All right. And any questions from the board? Any comments? If they haven't even sent it in, it's kind of hard for us to remove a penalty. It doesn't sound like you're being very cooperative anyway.
Right. If they aren't giving us anything to go on, it makes it difficult to take anything but the county's position.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Then I'll entertain a motion on this is number 17.
Then I uphold that we uphold the county's position.
Can we deny the penalty appeal?
Yes. Sorry.
Okay. Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
No.
Aye. All opposed? Okay, let's move on. Let's see, what time is it? Is there anybody here from Global Capacity? Have you heard, Andrea, have you heard of anybody from Global Capacity? You think they'll be here?
So actually on this one, they went ahead and paid the bill. So there's nothing for us to compromise at this point.
Okay. I guess we still need to take official action? Yeah, okay. All right, then I'll entertain a motion regarding, this is items 18 through 20.
So what do you need, Dave?
They've already paid, so we just need to deny the penalty.
Oh, I move that we deny the penalty.
The penalty appeal, I should say.
Appeal. Okay.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Yeah.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. The next one is Washington Duke Inn, and it's not quite 1020. So, well, Mr. Breed, are you with Washington Duke?
I am, yes.
Okay. Well, then we can go ahead and hear your case. If you will raise your right hand, please. I need to get you sworn in. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
I do.
State your name, please.
Tim Breed.
And what's your position with Washington Duke Inn?
I'm the CFO of WDI Hospitality LLC and also a partner. It's a small management company that actually leases the Washington Duke Inn from High Point Realty. And so we're sort of we are the owner of the business and responsible for revenues, expenses, and the personal property. We're actually, as lessee, we're the owner of the personal property.
Okay, and are you comfortable using this Zoom format?
I'm sorry?
Are you comfortable using this Zoom format for your?
I am, yes.
Okay.
And, you know, I really don't have any documentation to submit other than the fact that, you know, we have, as lessee, we've been paying the personal property tax. We actually are responsible for both the real estate tax, personal property tax, and occupancy tax for the hotel. We have a fair amount of turnover and in recent years, and the audit revealed some inconsistencies of how we reported over a period of time, but we had indeed been paying the tax all along. We accept the results of the audit. Will improve our process from there, but as a small company that's been certainly affected by the hospitality industry and COVID and the ramifications there, the penalties of $35,000 are pretty significant to us. And we are really hoping and requesting that you abate the penalties and we pay the full tax as the results of the audit.
So you say small company, do you manage many other properties, or is this like your only one?
It's the only one that we lease, and we manage 2 other properties as well.
Okay. All right, Ms. Williams, I don't know if you were available on, but she's already been sworn in, so that's why I'm not swearing her in now. Okay, Ms. Williams, what do you have for us on this case?
The penalties are as a result of a audit that was conducted for years 2016 through 2020. There was a discovery of unlisted property. So therefore, there is a penalty in an amount of $35,182.02 that we do ask remains on the account. Is for 6 years of property tax.
What sort of property was it that was missed?
It would have been things like their furniture and fixtures. I can tell you just. So there was an underlisting of furniture and fixtures, machinery, equipment, and computer equipment for 2016 through 2020.
So it was just not listed at all, or was it in the wrong category?
It was not listed at all.
Okay.
And from our perspective, if I may, it really was us taking off equipment that had been fully depreciated, and not the folks at the time doing the return not realizing that, you know, that remains on and is depreciated really more as part of the listing itself, that's taken into account in future years. So we probably wrote off things faster than we should have.
Okay. All right. Any questions from the board? Any comments? What do you all think? You know, they're responsible and they should have done it, but we understand it's a small company, so we could give them some relief. I wouldn't be in favor of not having any penalty at all, but.
Right. I feel the same way. I think I could be comfortable with 50% reduction, but no more than that.
Yeah.
I think that's, just in my opinion, I think that's really, really generous.
So what do you think, David? What's your feeling?
Well, I mean, if you're gonna reduce it all, I would say 25 at most. That's what I mean.
Okay, Tony, could you live with 25% reduction?
Yes.
Okay, then I'll entertain a motion regarding that.
I move that we reduce the penalties by 25%.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
So we'll give you some relief, but we feel like, you know, this is something that you should have been aware of. And so we will let the majority of the penalty stand. Okay? All right, thank you. Okay, moving on to the next one. Do you think anybody's going to come from Durham Coca-Cola, Andrea?
She's here.
Here.
Okay.
Good morning.
Okay. Where are you?
Oh, I'm not sure. I've never done a Zoom meeting.
Are you Susan Watson?
I am. And I also have our Chief Financial Officer here, Rory Meacham.
Okay.
Good morning.
How are y'all?
Okay, well, I guess we can proceed without visual video on this.
I can see you guys.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Look, can you look down? Do you have a camera?
Yes.
You look down the bottom left of your screen, there should be something that says that you can click on.
Okay, we got.
Oh,
see
there we
us?
are.
There you go.
Let me get the two of you sworn in, please. If you both raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
I do.
I do.
And what's your association with Durham Coca-Cola?
So I'm the credit and collection manager, and I do the listing for the Durham County property tax.
Okay.
And like I said, Rory is the CFO here.
So
And
you're both W-2 employees, is that correct?
we're both W-2 employees.
Yes, we are.
Okay. All right. And you're comfortable using this Zoom format?
Well, it's okay, you know. I don't like how I look seeing myself, but that's okay.
All right, well, I'm going to switch back to Ms. Williams, and she was sworn in on a previous case. So let her sort of give us the facts first, okay? And then we'll come back to you. Okay,
These penalties in the amount of $26,345.26 are the result of a audit discovery that was done. And in that discovery, there were machinery, equipment, and furniture and fixtures that were not listed for years 2016 through 2020. Staff recommends that the total penalties of $26,345.26 remain on the tax receipts per North Carolina General Statute 105-312.
okay. All right, Ms. Watson, why should we relieve this penalty?
So
Ms. Watson, I don't know if you can hear us, but you've frozen up.
So Mr. Smith, while her sound is coming back, they did state when she sent in the request, Ms. Watson was the one that actually sent it in. And I'll quote from her letter that she says, I am the person responsible for listing Durham Coca-Cola's real and personal property listing. We were audited earlier in the year and a discovery was found. By mistake, I did not list some machines that were transferred from one of our companies to our other company. After many weeks of research on my part, I finally realized what had happened. I have been asked if you all would please consider waiving or reducing the late listing fee on the years that were discovered from the audit.
Okay.
I don't know if they can hear us, but if they go back out and come back in, they may come back up. And they probably have already done that. So I do not know.
Yeah. Andrew, I'm just curious, with these audits, do you all do them or is there an outside company that does them?
We used 4 different outside audit firms.
And they go in and just look around? Is that what they do? How do they find this stuff?
So we send them the information for who we want to audit, and then they request their financials. And for most of them, there are site visits, but not all of them.
Okay.
So some of it is done just strictly off the financials that are sent in.
Okay. All right, Ms. Watson, you're back. Can you hear us? We can't hear you, Ms. Watson. Now you're muted for sure now. Can you click the down the bottom there?
this has been so painful. Our internet dropped.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, yeah, we didn't hear.
I'm sorry.
We didn't hear any of your testimony. So if you.
Okay.
Please.
So we, as she had stated, we were chosen for an audit to audit the years of 20
and 20.
19 and 20. And within that discovery, there were several discrepancies. And so I worked with the auditor for several weeks. I sent him information. We at first thought that the problem was maybe he was picking up our vehicles. We had $1 million, worth of vehicles. Went through that, got that resolved. And then the final, when he sent it in, we were still like $1 million. And I thought, what in the world? So I looked and I looked. Well, what I discovered was there was a bottle can transfer of machines from, at the time, our sister company. They moved over to Durham Coke side. I did not report them mistakenly. I guess I was thinking because it was just a transfer from one to the other, and I just neglected to list them. Just a mistake. I didn't intentionally leave it off. I just thought when it was a transfer, they were still within, I guess, they were already being taxed, I guess I should say.
Yes.
So I mean, I understand, but I would like, we have since paid the tax. And if you guys would just be gracious enough just to relieve us of some of the past,
The late listing fees,
yeah,
or at least reduce those.
Okay. All right. Thank you. What's the pleasure of the board? Do you have any questions? Any discussion?
This sounds a little bit like the last one.
Yeah, it does.
Be consistent.
It sounds like in general, they try to do the right thing, but some things just were
Yeah, and they should have known better. So you want to do what we did with the last one?
Be consistent. Okay.
I think so.
All right. Somebody make a motion then.
I move that we reduce the penalty by 25%.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Yeah.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we reduced it some, but we feel it's your responsibility, and we
yes,
understand
sir.
make mistakes. Okay.
And I have corrected it,
For 2021.
for 2021. So it, going forward, it shouldn't be a problem.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
So should we wait for another bill from the Durham County Tax Office, or should we just take these penalties and reduce them by 25%?
Ms. Williams, what should they do?
Susan, I will have a corrected bill to you by the end of the day.
Okay, all right. And thank y'all very much.
Thank you.
Okay. All right.
All right, y'all have a good day.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
All right. Is anybody here from Total Smiles of Durham? Ms. Williams, have you heard anything from the Total Smiles people recently?
I have not.
Okay. Have you heard anything at all from them, or is this?
Not since they submitted their request for an abatement.
Okay. All right. Well, it's $194, so maybe that's why. All right. Any questions of the board? Any discussion? If they don't show up, it's kind of hard to grant them a relief. So I will entertain a motion regarding number 23.
I move that we uphold the penalty.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Yeah.
All opposed? Okay, well, that's all I see on the agenda. Starling or Courtney, do you have anything else we need to talk about?
No. Courtney, what is the 23rd? What did we say about the 23rd?
Remember, we canceled that one. I sent an email last week.
Right.
But it looks like we're gonna have one on the 30th.
On the 30th.
Yeah.
And we'll keep Zooming until we hear otherwise, right?
Right.
Oh, yes, sir. Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, then I will see you all in 2 weeks.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Everyone have a great day.
All right,
Have a good one.
Courtney. And I appreciate
Uh-huh.
the penalties on there. That's helpful.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Okay. Bye.